Marcia Bradley. I am a stage 4 colon cancer survivor, due in a large part to the care that I received at Loma Linda. I love teaching. I love working with kids. I'm a wife, and I have 3 wonderful sons. I was having stomach aches, not feeling well, really bad stomach aches. So I went to the doctor to find out what it was. That was the first time I was told that I had cancer. I went through the surgery and the chemo and was what they call no evidence of disease for the next 5 to 6 years. But when I went to see my oncologist and had the next PET scan, there was tumors in my ovaries, but it wasn't ovarian cancer. It was the colon cancer that returned into my ovaries. The surgeon basically told me there was so much cancer in my abdomen, there was nothing more he could do. And the gynecologist even told me that, this cancer, in his words, would be my ultimate demise. When I first got cancer, my kids were small. My oldest child just graduated from high school. And so I remember going to his graduation, not knowing if I was going to be able to see the other 2 graduate. I just couldn't take no for an answer. I was researching the procedure called the HIPIC, and I asked my oncologist about it, and he told me that it wasn't the surgery for me. They weren't listening to some of the concerns that I had about my treatment. They weren't fighting for me to stay alive. So I switched primary care physicians and went to Loma Linda, and within 10 minutes, Dr. Shea said, "Have you ever considered the HIPIC?" I got chills like you wouldn't believe. I was like, yes, yes. And he then referred me to Dr. Senthil, and I had my first appointment with her.
Marcia, I know her very well. She is one of the early patients I treated after starting the program here. And it was very meaningful to me. The reason why I remember her so well is our initial conversation was about her job and what kind of students that she works with. This is someone who's leading a life with purpose, and she now has this stage 4 cancer. What can I do to bring this person back to the society, and as to what it meant for her to become a cancer survivor?
She was like, "Mrs. Bradley, you are a perfect candidate for the HIPIC. I think we can help you."
So in patients with colon cancer, it can spread by shedding the cancer cells and spread in the abdominal cavity. You can't treat it like any other forms of cancers, and you have to surgically remove all of that tumor.
My husband and friends will tell me that the surgery was the 14 hours of the longest time they ever spent in a waiting room. It's kind of like gutting a fish. They open you up. It's called cytoreduction, so they're picking out every piece of visible cancer that they can see inside your body.
So you really have to get your hands in there and look for this cancer.
And then they put chemo in you, and I call it, that's the marinating phase, to help kill all those little microscopic parts that they couldn't see. Then they sew you back up, and, you pray. That is also one of the things I really liked about Loma Linda. There's a whole community of people who are praying for you.
And these are operations not for the faint of heart. You are in an ultimate battle against this formidable foe.
About only 5% of people with stage 4 colon cancer live more than 5 years once they get that diagnosis. Had I listened to my first doctor, I might not be alive. I might have made that life expectancy become true.
Never lose hope. If Marcia had lost her hope, she wouldn't have had productive 9 years and more. This is science. Our brain controls our immune system. Our positive feelings controls our immune system. Somehow coming up with a purpose to live and that positive attitude is going to change their outcome.
Don't lose hope. There are new treatments out there. Get a second and third opinion if necessary. I was able to see my oldest son recently get married, and then last week was Mother's Day, and my son and his wife announced that I'm going to be a grandma. So You know, when you think about the doctor who told me I probably wouldn't live from this, it's just very hopeful. I hope to other people that you can live and, you know, you can see your children and your grandchildren grow up.